Hey, it's Rowan again from 38 South. I've had a few questions about my cockpit. Obviously, when we make the race arms and selling quite a few of them now, but I've made a few modifications to my cockpit and I get asked questions about this all the time. So this video is just about the cockpit. Firstly, these are just still the prototypes, the first ones that we ever made. They're two-piece, they still work. They're only 200mm wide. I want to get a new set, but I can't keep getting new orders, so customers get priority over me. So anyway, they're still doing the job, and the only modification I've made to these just recently is cut the front down a little bit here because I'm running a monogrip. And I found that was angled up a bit too high, so cutting down here allowed it to drop a bit more, just to reduce that frontal area. So I haven't tested that yet, but it should be a bit better, and I'll get a bit more vision over the front, because I do have my head pretty low in here. I've been experimenting with this computer mount. I had it further forward and I brought it back further forward, and I'm happy with it there because it seems to be a good position for where I'm looking straight at it. If it's too far forward, my hands and watch interferes and bounces on it a bit. So anyway, that seems to be pretty good. Everyone asked about this. This is from Rockerplates in Germany. So it's rockerplates.de, I think is the URL. And it's 3D printed and it just screws together down here. Very strong and durable. This is a 25-degree angle, but I cut mine down a little bit more because I didn't want it perfectly horizontal. I wanted those bottles slightly angled down, as you can see, so my chest doesn't hit here. It was up too high, so this way my chest is more in line with the bottles. Ideally, horizontal is best, but I think even better is if you can have it in line with your chest. And this bottle here, I rarely even use, but it's basically just to fill that low pressure void underneath, and that's there just to stop it rattling around a little bit. But I've made sure that this point here to here is no more than, this is exactly 200 millimeters, so 20 centimeters. So I had to cut the end of that bottle off so it fits inside and just welded it shut. But this is an insulated bottle, so it keeps the drink so much cooler. I'm not sure why many people don't use them. And then just drilled a hole in the bottom, fitted a straw. So it's just here, I don't have to touch it or anything at the straws. I can grab it with my teeth, pull it up, get a drink, drop it back down. I had this carbon plate made, and you can see I did move it further forward because it was a bit too long and hitting here. And obviously I had to get it inside that 20 centimeters as well for the new rules. And I had to put a few more bolts in because it was bouncing around a lot. So there's a little bit of spring in it. Ideally, I think that's 3mm carbon plate. Be better with 4, a little bit stiffer I think would be better. Anyway, it seems to work. Just have to tighten these up every now and then because this 3D printed material isn't super great for bonding into, but it works. This tape here, you can see, and it's around the hand grips, is this Arctic cooling tape, or Glacier tape, I think they call it, from Holland or somewhere. But it's not cheap, but it's the idea is when it's wet, it gets really cold, but it has to be wet for it to work. And it does work a little bit, just keeps your hand a little bit cooler up here. Other than that, just go down here a little bit. The only annoying thing about these monogrips from Canyon, the cable is a little bit short. So yeah, it's just, if you wanted to go further forward with any reach or a longer extension bar, you'll have to put a joiner in here because it's just not enough length to go through. It's just just long enough there. So this is a RadSport 15-degree riser with a 50mm forward reach, and it's got another spacer on top of it, which is the standard Canyon 20mm spacer with the 7-degree rise. So 15 plus 7, 22 degrees angle on that. And then I added that extra 20mm spacer just to get a bit more stack height on top of the 100mm there. So that's basically about it. I don't think there's anything else there I have to cover. Other than that, the Garmin, that's the new Garmin 1050 display. It is so much better. I can actually read the numbers even when they're in small print, but obviously you can have a big print there. And that is, yeah, so good. Very happy with that. Anyway, hopefully that answers all questions that I get. If there's anything else, just put it in the comments and I'll try and get back to you, mate.